How you started playing basketball?
Yeah, I started playing basketball when I was around maybe 9 years old. That's when I first started my kids league. I was playing in a little kids league, basically, in our town. And what got me interested in basketball when I was younger was my older uncles. They were big basketball fans around that time, so I kept hearing them talk about Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, players like Vince Carter, Tim Duncan. And so the more they would watch NBA, would just, be right next to them, learning new things about basketball at the time and all the superstars. And then one of my uncles, the youngest one, he would always play with his friends at the park. I would just tag along again, and just watch. He would never let me play, but he would just let me watch, and I would be doing my own thing on the side. And then that eventually turned into me, working at my game so that I can be good enough to play with him and his friends. So that led to me playing in the kids league, and then from there, kept playing.
Why you choose Xavier University or college school?
I chose that school because at the time, going into my 5th year of college, I really wanted to play for a school that, where I felt wanted and where they were willing to, offer me a scholarship. And so St. Xavier was that school, and they offered me a very, very good scholarship. And so, going into my last year of college basketball, I felt like that was a feeling that I wanted to feel, just to feel to play for a program that was willing to take care of me and stuff like that. And also, it was close. It was a local college. It was about, well, not too local, but it was about like an hour and a half away from me, away from home. And that's the closest college I've been to. So it was nice being that close to home.
Why you transferred to UE?
I transferred to UE after I completed my 5th year of basketball, 5th year of college in the States. They just told me out here, my agent told me that, I have a good opportunity of continuing my basketball career out here and hopefully playing in the professional league out here. And so it kind of influenced me to come out here. And at the time, I found out that my grandpa later passed away. He graduated from UE, and so that's kind of what really influenced me to attend the university and just kind of, make a name for, all the things that he's helped me with throughout life and all the lessons I learned from him. So it kind of meant a lot to me to attend UE.
How's experience playing in the UAAP?
The experience playing in the UAAP was a big change of play style for me coming from the States. I feel like it was really fast, a lot faster than they play in the States, and there's a lot quicker guards, I would say. Here they're they're not as tall as the guards in the States, but they're real stocky and strong and also quick. So that on top of the fast play style, I really had to adapt to it. Me being a 6'4", 6'5" guard, bringing the ball up the court and stuff like that, and just handling the pressure, and then also playing in front of a crowd, during the UAAP games, how they get, they love basketball in the UAAP, the crowd. So, and then on top of that, the band that would be playing during the games, it was something to adapt to, but I feel like I did my best and it got me to where I'm at today. So I'm grateful for it.
Friendly question: can you beat Luis Villegas on one-on-one?
I feel like it would be a close game, Again, I don't know. We wouldn't know until I think I could. Yeah, I think I have a good team move when we played one-on-one. So time he was on, what type of guy he was. He's a good guy and he's a great hooper. So I'm excited to see how his team does and how he does in the next couple of weeks. My guy.
How's the feeling drafted in the PBA?
It was a blessing being drafted for sure. I didn't know I was going to be released the following day, but the feeling of just being drafted, that I feel like, and then following the draft, it just led me to, God just put certain pieces in front of me, and I just followed His guidance, and He got me to where I am today. So I'm extremely grateful to be drafted that day. Going into it, I kind of knew that there were a lot of veterans. There were a lot of big time players, big time names on the team, and I knew going into it that I was going to have to be a certain type of role player. Coming from my previous team in MPBL, where I had the ball in my hands a lot, and I could kind of go out of my way to score or just get up a lot of shots, and that's not my role with this team. Going into it, I knew that I had to change my mindset and really be more of a quality and consistent type of player, and I feel like adapting to that is really going to help my game in the long run. So I was willing to take on that challenge, and kind of just be wherever I need to be within the team and do whatever I need to do to help the guys get better and help the team win. So I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job at that so far. So we'll see how it all plays out. I was in a way I was a little bit of both. They found out about me through a couple sources, so I guess you could call that recruitment. But in a way, I did have to try out still, improve myself out every day that I can be in. I learned a lot throughout it about myself, and I learned that I was willing to take on the challenge, and then I also learned that I was able to prove myself, being, eventually signed by the team, and that's something I'm extremely grateful for.
TNT teammate you learned the most?
I would say they all gave me a fair share of wisdom, but I would say my teammate, Ryan Reyes, he was my roommate on that team bonding trip that I mentioned. And, that whole week, every time we would just be in the room hanging out, he would, I'd be talking his ear off, asking him a lot of questions, and he would really just, break everything down for me, tell me about himself, his career, his path, tell me about the system, the culture, how to fit in more, and just hearing about his previous experience is really, helped me, get comfortable with my part in the team and stuff like that. So I really appreciate the relationship I share with him. So hopefully, there's much more things to come, much more experiences for us to share together. It's just the beginning, so I'm excited.
Do you learn from Coach Reyes?
I learned a lot from him, especially he's definitely one of a kind coach for me. I haven't had any coach really similar to him, and it kind of explains the fact that it just explains the culture, how he is. Really goes hand in hand. His teachings during the week bonding team trip, it was a good time. We had a lot of team talks, a lot of team game nights. You can kind of say he's just a really cool guy. I would say one of the biggest things I learned from him so far is just, you can't really talk much. You just gotta prove it through play. Be hardworking. Basically hardworking talent every time. So he really just teaches us how to be quality players and make really smart decisions. And he's the type of coach where he understands if you make mistakes. You know what I mean. But as long as you're giving maximum effort at all times, that can't really be taught with them. So team culture. So I just look forward to follow where I can be. So.
Why you choose jersey 50?
Number 50 because my stepdad, who I consider a father to me. His last name is Hiso, Hiso, and so I kind of wanted to, dedicate my first year of playing professional basketball in the Philippines to him because, he basically guided me, and he's really guided me since I was a kid for as long as I can remember, and he's helped me get to any team that I played with when I was a kid. He took me places, he took me on road trip for basketball, just me and him. We've been through a lot together, as well as me and my other family members, but somebody had to stay home and, take care of my siblings, which is my mom. So most of the time it was just me and him going to tournaments and stuff like that, college camp. And that's kind of why I just wanted to dedicate, how far I've come, and dedicate that to him. And so I picked number 50 because, HISO kind of represents that, so in his last name. So.
Last question, start bench cut, Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I'm definitely starting Anthony Edwards. Definitely benching Paolo Banchero because I think he's going to have a great season this upcoming season. He's got a lot of potential. I don't think Cade Cunningham is on either. I mean, he's a great player, but I don't think he's on either of their levels, potential-wise. Cade Cunningham is more like, I consider him kind of like a Devin Booker type player, and I don't know. I would just cut him. I don't know. I feel like, for me, that's a no-brainer. Those two starting and benching. That's a good question, though. I like that.
Thank you for watching.